So, cheers for those, Stu. It's the Whitbread Gold Cup next. One of my favourite races of the season. 3 mile 5 furlong Grade 3 handicap. At Sandown, Rare Impulse at the top for Paul Parsons, Wayward Lad for John Morgan, Hot Spring Spartan, Vinnie Gerard. It wins or it falls, doesn't it? Saltzano Zancaro, Darren Thompson, Beer Money, Matt Cooper has also got Yorkshire Warriors. Hot Springs wins, Vinnie Gerard, the go-between, Martin Lidham, Classic Chance, Alex Cherry, Mycenian Vry for David Robertson, Cottage Morning, Craig Beckwith, Finding Alice, Martin Lidham, who won this race 3 seasons ago, Sharbury Moon and Alex Cherry, and Bible Pleasure Stu Gray. They're called in and away. Very short run to the first. And they're all safely to the other side of it with Wayward Lad, as expected, blazing the trail out in the lead and leading by a good 2 to 3 lengths already as they head towards fence number 2 of the 21. They've got to take in this one. And Bible Pleasure settled into second. The go-between is third. As they get over the second, the go-between made one of his customary mistakes, hit that hard and shuffled back down the pack. The early back marker is Beer Money. It's a short run to this ditch as they get over it. That will be the final fence in a couple of circuits time. Technically, of course, it shouldn't be. Hopefully they'll fix these courses that are a little bit wrong in SO8. And it's Wayward Lad in the lead from Bible Pleasure in second, and then Sharbury Mulan is back in third. Rare Impulse wide on the track is in fourth. Then the go-between and Finding Alice, the Yorkshire Warriors and Classic Chance. Hot Springs Spartan is after that one, running alongside Hot Springs Wins. And a bit of ground up on the inside is Cottage Morning, where they're racing away from the stand, then uphill out to the back part of the track. That's a long old run to the next fence. Wayward Lad is leading by 2 lengths to Bible Pleasure in second. There's a couple of lengths back to Sharbury Mulan in third. And the go-between, record from that mistake, is fourth. Finding Alice is quite close up to date. Likes this track, won this race about 3 seasons ago. Then Rare Impulse on the outside. The top weight, obviously, then comes Yorkshire Warriors and Hot Spring Spartan. Beer Money on the outside is just the back marker, but there's only about 20 lengths or so between first and last. And they're all nicely grouped. Wayward Lad, the front runner for John Morgan, into this next one. With it being the only front runner for John Morgan, maybe not going quite as quickly as some of his front runners normally do. When he's got 2 in, they tend to race each other. And this one's bowling along at a fairly sensible sort of pace. And into this. Oh, he's gone! Wayward Lad stood off that one far too far and has gone on that, as we have seen in the races earlier this season, is going to completely change the complexion of this race now, because the pace will drop right off and the hold-up horses will now not be in such a good position as they would have been in if Wayward Lad had stayed around a little bit longer. Sharbury Mulan and Bible Pleasure lead into the railways, and opportunity for me to get. Oh, there's a fall of it. It's Hot Springs Wins has gone at the middle railway fence, and they head towards the pond fence now, and John Morgan's probably turned off after his horse has fallen, but I'm pretty sure it's down to him that I won the Punchestown Gold Cup on Tuesday. His horse is at such a pace, it allowed my Andy Golden to sit back and pounce right at the end. There's normally you get done for toe, so it's done me a favour there. I'm not sure what it's going to do. My chances in this one, but we're not interested in me at the moment. Stu's in the lead. Bible Pleasure is in the lead. Finding Alice is second, and the go-between is third. As they get into this next one, that's the pond fence, and there's another one down there, and it's Mycenian Vry that's gone this time. So the fall is coming pretty thick and fast at the moment then, as they head into the straight, take the 2 in the straight, and Bible Pleasure bowling along in front from Finding Alice, and the go-between with Sharbury Mulan next. This is a ditch next. In real life, that's a double fence. It's a ditch on one side and a plain fence on the other. They take the ditch this time round, and then next time round, when it's the final fence, they take the plain one. I think Gray probably did make that course at some point. I don't know where it's gone. It's not being used at the moment. They passed the winning post then with a circuit to go, and Bible Pleasure is in the lead from the go-between and Sharbury Mulan. And Finding Alice on the inside. Beer Money is after that one. That's made a lot of ground up, because that was right out the back early on. Cottage Morning on the inside rail is after that with Yorkshire Warriors and Classic Chance. And then the one closest to us there, Salzano Zancaro in the white sleeves. Then we've got the Grey Rare Impulse under a big weight. And finally, Hot Springs Spartan for Vinnie Gerard as they head out on their second and final circuit. And this long one to the next fence, Bible Pleasure continuing to lead, but Beer Money has moved through into second. The go-between is third. Finally, it's just dropped back a little bit into fourth. Salzano Zancaro is making a good bit of ground on the outside of Chambry Moulin in the orange sleeves. But Beer Money's come to join Bible Pleasure then now. As they continue to make their way to the next long old run between fences as they get to this next one, and the leaders all jumped it really well. In fact, they all jumped it really well. Salzano Zancaro made a mistake at that one though, as Beer Money has now opened up into a 3 or 4 length lead to Bible Pleasure as they take this ditch all safely over the ditch, with Bible Pleasure now 4 lengths back in second. And Chambry Moulin, the go-between, just being pushed along now to get into a more challenging position. Finding Alice is next, then Classic Chance. Alex Cherry's pair are both running well. So too Matt Cooper's, as also Yorkshire Warrior starts to make a significant forward move as they get over the 16th, which is the first of the railways. There's the second of the railways, and here's the third of the railways. They're over them now. They've only got 3 to jump, and it's Yorkshire Warriors who's in the lead. All of a sudden, from Hot Springs Spartan, who's come from nowhere, it's all of a sudden changed up front while they were taking those railway fences. Finding Alice has now moved through into third, running a massive race. The old veteran. Then comes Beer Money in the go-between. Bible Pleasure is dropping back a little bit. Chambry Moulin and Classic Chance are next. Then Rare Impulse and Salzano Zancaro. Cottage Morning has gone out the back, but it's Yorkshire Warriors and Hot Springs Spartan from old Finding Alice who's back in third. These 3 are well clear of the rest of them as they head down to the pond, and over the pond they go. And it's Hot Springs Spartan in the lead from Yorkshire Warriors. Finding Alice is back in third, then Beer Money back in fourth. Rare Impulse trying to run under the big weight. They've got 2 to jump in the straight, and it's Yorkshire Warriors and Hot Springs Spartan from Finding Alice back in third. Beer Money is well back in fourth. It's between these front 2, I think, as they get over the second last. It's Hot Springs Spartan and Yorkshire Warriors. Finding Alice is still trying to run on. They're coming to the final fence. Over it they go, and it's Hot Springs Spartan who lands in the lead. Yorkshire Warriors is second. Finding Alice is way back in third, but they're racing now into the final half furlong. It's Hot Springs Spartan and Yorkshire Warriors. Yorkshire Warriors is just beginning to get up. It's Yorkshire Warriors from Hot Springs Spartan. Yorkshire Warriors is going to win the Whitbread for Matt Cooper. Hot Springs Spartan second. Finding Alice has run a brilliant race in third. Then Beer Money 4, Rare Impulse 5, and then Bible Pleasure, and all the way back to Salzano Zancaro. And the good season for Matt Cooper continues as Yorkshire Warriors takes the Whitbread. Hot Springs Spartan second for Vinnie Gerard. Finding Alice, previous winner for Martin Leland, was back in third. Beer Money for Matt Cooper was fourth, and Rare Impulse of Paul Parsons was back in fifth.